Hello, you have hit a homer and accidentally joined The View from the Crow's Nest. I'm Robert Crowe, and whenever I get around to it, I investigate some big league topics. Our program today is I Got You, Babe. George Herman Ruth Jr., Babe Ruth, was born in Baltimore in 1895. As a young boy, he was branded as incorrigible and placed in a Catholic boys' school. It was there that he developed abilities in the game of baseball. When George was 19, Jack Dunn, owner of the Baltimore Orioles, was invited to watch George play. Dunn adopted him in order to complete a legal baseball contract. He was initially signed as a pitcher in 1913 by the Orioles for $250. The other players on the team referred to Ruth as Jack Dunn's newest babe. Thus, the nickname Babe was branded. He was traded in a package to the Boston Red Sox in 1914. In the following years, as a left-handed pitcher, Ruth went 18-8, 23-12, 24-13, with a 2.01 ERA. One year, he threw 35 complete games in 38 starts. Because of his hitting prowess, it was decided that he should play every day, so he became an outfielder. In 1919, he was sold to the New York Yankees, and his historic career was established. I know these numbers are a little hard to follow, but listen to a few statistics. His career batting average, .342. That's 10th all-time. Home runs, 714. 3rd all-time. Hits, almost 3,000. Runs batted in, 2nd all-time. On-base percentage, 2nd all-time. Walks, 3rd all-time. Record as a pitcher, 94 wins, 36 losses. Earned run average as a pitcher, 2.28. Due to his declining production, Ruth was traded to the Boston Braves in February of 1935, and he retired at the end of that season. There's been a historic debate about the name of the Baby Ruth candy bar produced by the Curtis Candy Company. The company contended that the candy bar was named for President Grover Cleveland's daughter, Ruth. Well, the timing was questionable. The candy bar first appeared in 1921, but that was 24 years after President Cleveland left the White House. Accusers claim the candy company chose the name to ride on Babe Ruth's popularity, and that the company invented the story about Ruth Cleveland so they wouldn't have to pay royalties. In 1936, Babe was voted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. And get this, on 215 of the 226 ballots cast, 11 voters did not cast ballots for the greatest player of that time, and maybe the greatest player of all time. Even now, after all these years, George Herman Ruth still ranks among the top in hitting categories. Critics often say that if the Babe were to play now, his feats would not be so impressive against current athletes. Well, since Babe retired, thousands of players have tried to surpass his numbers. Very few have done so. The question can also be asked, would today's players be as impressive if they had played 80 years ago? There was no plane travel, no weight room, no air-conditioned clubhouse. The uniforms were heavy wool, the bats were heavy, the amenities were scarce. George Herman Ruth died of complications from throat cancer in 1948. In spite of the excellence of today's baseball athletes, Babe Ruth's accomplishment remain among the best ever. If you are a baseball fan, cheer for the All-Stars on today's teams, but tip your hat to the Babe.
I got you, babe.
Well, that's the program for today. Check back often and see if we ever try this again on another random topic. I'm Robert Crowe with The View from the Crow's Nest.